And that breaking news tonight is that all of South Lake Tahoe is under some form of evacuation right now, all the way to the Nevada state line because of the Caldor fire. Thank you so much for joining us here on KRON 4 News at 10 o'clock tonight. I'm Justine Waldman.
I'm Jonathan McCall. Fire officials have ordered more evacuations around the Tahoe Basin as crews have been dealing with the 2-week-old blaze that has burned hundreds of thousands of acres. Tonight, officials say the fire more aggressive than anticipated as it continues to edge toward Lake Tahoe.
So CAL FIRE announced new evacuation warnings and orders in El Dorado and Alpine counties. We're putting up that information for you right now so you can see where they're talking about right now. The most important thing to note is that there's an evacuation order. That means you need to leave now, and then the evacuation warning means be prepared to leave at a moment's notice. For that order in El Dorado County, it's for the Dissolution Wilderness all the way to the watershed, right to the Wilderness Bounty. But for Alpine County, which is Highway 89 south from Luther Pass Road to the Pickett's Junction, west then on Highway 88 all the way to Kirkwood. So this includes Kirkwood Ski Resort and Caples Lake. That's in Alpine County. That is under the evacuation order right now.
So if we're talking about the evacuation warning, if you are in El Dorado County, that includes the remaining area of the Lake Tahoe Basin from the Alpine El Dorado County line to north along the California-Nevada state line to Lake Tahoe, north along the water's edge to the El Dorado-Placer County line, then west along the El Dorado-Placer County line to McKinney Lake. In Alpine County, that includes Highway 88 at Forestdale Road, west of Forestdale Road, and south of the Pacific Crest Trail crossing, west of the Pacific Crest Trail to the Summit City Canyon Trail, west of the Summit City Canyon Trail and south of the El Dorado Stanislaus National Forest line, south of Armstrong Summit to Woodfords to Forestdale Road, north of Highway 88 and Highway 89 to Armstrong Summit.
There is a map that shows the area. If we can put that up, showing us the red and the yellow, that might make it a little bit easier for people to understand the map showing us where the evacuation orders are. That is the yellow area, which is under the evacuation warning, saying that those are the spots that need to be prepared to go. The red, I believe that's the spots that need to be evacuating now. And there is some concern that all the smoke in the area is making it really dangerous for people to be driving out.
And this has been a concern the last few days for a number of folks who have been in that area as we've been watching the flames from the Caldor fire inch very closer to the Tahoe Basin. Today, according to CAL FIRE, they say they saw a significant increase in the rapid fire spread of this. They also said that afternoon wind speeds produced some spotting, some distances about 3/4 to a mile in front of that fire line, and that active crown fires and group torching were present in several areas of these fires today, which were presenting challenges for a number of the crews who have been there on the scene. We just saw that story from Rowena Shaddix, who has been talking with fire crews there as they've been trying to save a number of homes in the Myers area, as well as in the South Lake Tahoe area. And as we now know, those flames now creeping closer to the Lake Tahoe Basin.
Let's show some video now and get the latest numbers for people so they can see just how this fire has started to spread. CAL FIRE was saying that the fire had been growing about a half a mile each day for the last few days, but suddenly today it started to expand by 2.5 miles. It is 19% contained, but it's already burned 245 square miles. More than 600 structures have been destroyed, and about 18,000 more are under threat. CAL FIRE was saying tonight that this fire has become more aggressive than anticipated, and it's continuing to edge towards Lake Tahoe tonight, and it's already been burning now for 2 weeks.
And then once again, we were talking about those concerns with officials. That was their biggest worry over the last few days, really, is that those flames were getting closer to Lake Tahoe. They were telling folks, be ready to go at a moment's notice in case things did get out of control, and it appears that the worst possible scenario is now becoming a reality. Those evacuation orders and warnings now in effect for folks to South Lake Tahoe and in the Tahoe Basin. So if you had plans to go up there, a lot of folks were thinking about doing that for Labor Day weekend. You likely will not be able to go up there. And we know that a number of highways in that area have already been closed for a number of weeks because of those fast-moving flames as well.
And there's some concern about what is next for the area. A red flag warning starts at 2 o'clock tomorrow and lasts until Tuesday night. So what will that do for the fire? Let's check in now with our meteorologist, Marbrisa Rodriguez.
Yeah, and for the Caldor fire burn area, that red flag warning going to go into effect at 11 o'clock Monday morning. So a little bit earlier than the one at South Lake Tahoe, which begins at 2 p.m. on Monday. So let's take a look at what you can expect. As you could see, most of the Sierra shaded in red. That means imminent fire danger. We're tracking very dry conditions out there with those southwesterly winds, and where that Caldor fire is burning, those southwesterly winds are actually going to help possibly push the flames towards South Lake Tahoe, and they're expecting extremely dry conditions near the single digits, as low as 10% relative humidity. So you add on top of that not just the extreme fire conditions, but also the extreme drought conditions as well for most of the Sierra. As you could see, it could be a recipe for an increase in disaster, and the Caldor fire could actually spread even more, and that's going to reduce the containment that they made. So certainly going to keep an eye on that from the Cron 4 Weather Center. Let's take a look at the Bay Area forecast, because right now we are tracking that marine layer, but as we move towards South Lake Tahoe in the Sierra, we are noticing that radar reflectivity showing with the smoke and also the flames actually coming up on radar. So no, that's not rain shaded in green. That's actually the flames. So South Lake Tahoe and Truckee, we are noticing very poor to worse air particle conditions there because of the extreme drought. Extremely dry, mid-80s on Monday, but then cooling down by Wednesday. But don't forget, anytime you add double-digit wind speeds, 50 miles per hour less throughout the peaks of South Lake Tahoe, but in the lower elevations of the valley for the Tahoe Basin, could see wind gusts upwards of 35 miles per hour or less. But the good news is we are tracking cooler weather, which should help to maybe bring some more moisture in that area. But as we know, we're in summer, so not expecting any rain there anytime soon. Back to you, Jonathan and Justine.
Right now at cron4.com, you can find all of those evacuation warnings and orders listed for the Caldor fire and other fires as well. Once again, all of that information posted for you right now on our website at cron4.com. We will continue to monitor that and update it as new developments become available.